Gears, welcome to the Onyx Academy, where I will be covering the mechanic in today's video. Everything about the class will be covered, giving you 2 different meta builds, all within 6 minutes. These builds are purely meta that most people gravitate to, but if these don't match up with your playstyle, then be sure to change these up to suit yourself. With that out of the way, let's begin. Let's begin with the ultimate ability, Turret, where you spawn in a mountable turret for yourself or a teammate to man and use. Turret has a duration of 40 seconds and a 5-minute cooldown. Dealing damage will help bring this back faster. Your turret acts just like any other fortification, can be damaged, destroyed, or run out of ammo. The mechanic has 2 parts to their passive. Fortifications can be built for 15% less than other non-engineer classes. Movement speed isn't reduced as much as non-engineer classes when moving fortifications. When spawning in, you start with an Enforcer, Overkill, and Repair Tool. A special mention, this Repair Tool is replaced with a Talent Pistol for escape mode. The mechanic does get some buffs with DB weapons with specific skill cards. Looking at our first build for the mechanic, which is the Engineer build. Focus on building a base and keeping this repaired for the rest of your team to take out enemies. Your skill cards will be as follows. Healing Repair generates up to 3.4% of a stim shield when repairing. Can generate up to 100%, but requires full health first. Efficient Fabrication. All fortifications can be built up to 32% less energy. This stacks additively with your passive, granting 47% discount at max rank. Overclocked Locker. Weapon lockers built by a mechanic will regenerate ammo up to 27% faster. Ingenuity. Repairing fortifications is up to 60% faster and up to 30% cheaper. Here you have a choice. Overload, allowing your fortifications with more than 50% health to deal up to 40% additional damage. Affects barriers and sentries. Efficient Sentry. Refilling the ammunition of all sentries is up to 55% cheaper. Increased further, additively with repair cost reductions. Reinforced Fabrication. All fortifications have their health increased by up to 175%. Perks are next, take them in this order. Fortification Health, increasing all fortifications base health by up to 100%. This stacks additively with the Reinforced Fabrication skill card. Fortification Damage, increasing the damage output of all fortifications by up to 50%. Repair Cost, reducing the energy cost for repairing by up to 30%. This stacks additively with Ingenuity, totaling 60% reduced repair cost at max rank in both card and perk. Repair Speed, increasing how quickly you repair any fortification by up to 50%. Also stacks with Ingenuity, more than doubling repair speed when both are maxed. When playing shorter game modes, like Frenzy, I only suggest putting points into fortification health or damage, depending on your skill card choice. Energy will be too limited to invest heavily in both. Take your favourite weapons, keep hold of your repair tool, and only use your weapons when you are certain there is nothing on the map you can repair. Shot grenades around important fortifications can help them survive longer against melee units. An Engineer build synergizes well with Jack, granting your team more energy when you build them a forge. Build this early to really benefit from it, though you may want to skip this on shorter game modes. Robotics Expert or Combat Medic. Both of these offer widespread repairs, keeping all fortifications, except taps, fully healed for no energy cost. This Engineer build struggles when paired with Anchor. Don't get me wrong here, the Anchor is a good class, but does require more perk investment to keep up in later waves, leaving less energy for the mechanic, especially in Horde Frenzy. Engineer builds are always needed, except when certain mutators are showing up. When these specific mutators show up, modify or avoid this build entirely. Ultra Power Drain, Power Drain. The Engineer build is strong, being effective up to and including Master difficulty, requiring a minimum class level of 16. Focus on fortifications, requesting energy from your teammates, and try to build around energy taps if possible. Moving on to the second build, the Turret Expert build. Focus on keeping your Enforcer and utilising your turret to decimate and bleed larger targets. This aims to take on a more damage oriented role. Take the following skill cards. Shredder Rounds, causing shots from your turret to deal up to 30% additional bleeding damage. Personal Defense, each hit with an Enforcer will increase your damage dealt by up to 6% per hit. maxing out at 100%. Custom robotics. Damage is increased by up to 60% and active effects by up to 30% for all DB weapons. This includes the Enforcer, Overkill, M-Bar, Shot Grenades, Salvo and Tri-Shot. Robotic porting. Reduces the recoil of all DB weapons by up to 95%. Includes the same list of weapons as the previous card. Here you have a choice. Overload. A weird choice, but this card will affect your turret, increasing the damage output while it is healthy. Reinforced fabrication. Increasing the health of your turret by up to 175%. Very niche, but helps it last the full duration. Long range resistance. The only defensive skill card the mechanic has without repairing, granting up to 32% damage resistance against enemy precision rifles. For your perks, take them in this order. Fortification damage. This allows your turret to deal up to 50% additional damage, stacking additively with overload. The bleeding damage caused is also increased. Fortification health. Grants your turret extra health, making it last for longer, and allows you to stay above 50% total health if using overload. Repair cost. This one can be skipped unless you want to help out with repairs in the later waves. Repair speed. Again, can be treated the same as the repair cost perk for the same reasons. When playing a mode like Horde Frenzy, I would suggest putting points into fortification damage only. If your turret is dying too quickly due to certain mutators, maybe consider the health perk as well, but don't starve your engineer. Use primarily DB weapons, though you don't have many choices. An Enforcer will be immensely powerful, being granted up to 160% additional damage, severely shadowing what the pilot is capable of. Swap your repair tool out for another pistol if you prefer. This turret build works best with Mechanic, Robotics Expert, or Architect. Since you won't be the engineer, you will need another player to take on this role, though you are able to help out later on if needed. Tactician. You won't have any increased ammo capacity or regeneration as the mechanic, so this class can help out. The cooperation skill card will also help you deal even more damage with your entire kit. This build struggles with Protector. The main reason I put this here is purely for trolling reasons, since this class can just cover your turret with their drop shield, forcing you to move. Nomad. When causing fear, enemies tend to sprint away, which will mostly cause issues when stationary on your turret. Should you get the chance to take this turret expert build into Horde, make sure to avoid the following mutators. Ultra slow recharge, long range gambit, reduced bleeding damage. Heads up, the turret expert build will work up to and including master difficulty, but does fall off slightly in the later waves. This build requires a minimum class level of 19. You will rarely see this build used in Horde, and may be more commonly found in Escape. Keeping these videos short, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Other social links are in the description box below. Take it easy guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.